Yo, Wagwan everybody. I'm Vprospect and I've been in Unreal for about a week and a half now. And if you want to learn how to hit Unreal yourself as fast as possible, I got you in this video. I'm going to tell you everything I picked up on my way to Unreal, things that I learned myself or that I learned from pros. I'm going to talk about in this video, so make sure to watch all the way through because I promise you won't regret it. But I'm not trying to waste your time because I want to tell you as much as I can, as quick as I can, so let's get straight into this. Up first is what ranks you up. There's 3 different things that can rank you up in game, and those are your placements, your eliminations, and your in-game objectives. Eliminations and placements are kind of self-explanatory, and if you don't know, late game eliminations count more, and higher ranked eliminations count more as well. And of course, the later you place in the game, the more percentage you get back. But in-game objectives is the other thing that I mentioned. These include like Forecast Tower, combat caches, and Loot Lake Island. Claiming any of these 3 will give you some additional rank in game, and it's definitely worth it. It makes all the difference in the world when you actually start doing it. You realize you're getting like 5, 10, 15% more a game just from caches, Forecast Tower, all of this. And it's kind of hard to figure it out just from hearing that. So if you want to know how to claim these in-game objectives, I'll let you know right now. It all has to do with your landing, how you position yourself to collect these. For example, I go Snooty Steps. By going Snooty Steps, by the time I get Medallion in Vault, the Forecast Tower spawns nearby, so I just rotate over there, grab that, and then shortly after, my combat cache spawns, and I go push that. So that's 2 in-game objectives, and then by then I have max mats, I see the next zone, and I kind of just play low-key until the end game. So basically, it's just about finding a landing spot that works for you. There's no one-size-fits-all spot because we don't have Salty Springs anymore, Like, you gotta kind of just pick somewhere that you like, somewhere that feels right to you, and it's even better if it's somewhere near a Forecast Tower or at least some mobility, because then you could rotate out, or you could get the Forecast Tower, simple things like that. And as I was saying, it's good to have 1 or 2 landing spots that you go to consistently. Because if you just go to random places every single game, the problem you're going to run into is that you're not familiar with where you're going, and you're not going to be winning most of your early game 50-50 fights. So the advice that I would give is to pick 1 or 2 spots to go to, and just keep going there, because over time you're going to build your familiarity with it, and you're going to be able to get these elims easily, because you know where things are at, you know the terrain, you know where slurp barrels are, mats are, everything like that, the chests, so you can get more loot quicker and just be more efficient in your fights and your early games. And after you find the spot like that, it's good to rotate into those mid-game objectives, because like I said, they give you more percentage. But there is another huge important thing that not many people are talking about for some reason, but it's broken. These don't give you more percentage, but they help you survive the late game. What I'm talking about is mending machines. These are the vending machines. These are the vending machines around the map that allow you to buy 50 shields, patch-ups, and medkits. And the thing is, gold is so easy to come across. So if you just find some gold or have gold, you could literally buy 4 medkits, 4 50s off spawn. And I don't need to explain to you the advantage that gives you. I think you get it. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It prepares you for fights easily. It's cracked. So we've got what ranks you up, where to land, and mending machines. But up next is loadouts. A shotgun and a spam weapon are kind of an essential, and I guess is really just up to preference. But there's a few other things that are definitely worth carrying. As I said, medkits and 50s I would say are the best heals in the game right now, especially if you have a medallion to go with it. But the other 2 things that are worth carrying are snipers and mobility. Snipers are not essential, but they're good because especially in solos, you can pick up easy elims. And I cannot stress this enough, easy. Sniping has never been easier in-game than it is right now. You can pick up a green sniper and just headshot elim anybody, So it's just a free few percent if you just pick up a sniper. The other thing, mobility, is kind of an essential in any form of competitive ranked or even Fortnite, because if you have a grapple blade or shockwaves, you can easily move in and out of fights or to zones, which definitely helps you out in those higher ranked end games. So as long as you have mobility, some heals, shotgun, and a spam weapon, you'll be good. But a sniper will also do you better, help you get some easy kills. It's not essential, just carry what works for you. voiceover prospect here because my mic cut out. But basically, we covered the what ranks you up, the importance of landings and loadouts. But up next is one thing that not many people talk about in videos like this, and that is your mindset. Because a lot of people go into ranked unprepared, and they just kind of walk around. They wander around not knowing what they're doing. And no offense, but there was a few people in my comment section like that. And like, there's no one strategy that dominates everything. It's really about what works for you. Some people are more aggressive players, some people are more passive players. It really just depends on what your flow is. And once you're able to find that, just keep that in mind. Think like, okay, I need to get this forecast tower. I'm not trying to be contested. Like, say just think. You have to position yourself, because that's one thing is people get mad that they get third-partied, and while it happens to everybody, if you try to position yourself better to not get third-party, it'll happen less. If you position yourself to push less, you'll get hit less. If you position yourself to storm earlier, storm will kill you less, So it's really just about positioning and knowing what you expect from the game. Like for me personally, as I mentioned that snooty step strategy, that's kind of what I expect for every single game. So when I load into a game, I kind of have that mold in my mind where it's like, okay, I got medallion, now I know I'm going to go for forecast tower. If I can't get forecast tower, I'm going to go for cash. It's just kind of like locked in there, so all I have to do is perform because the strategy's figured out. And one other huge tip that I actually learned from Asian Jeff himself. He came to my house, knocked on my door, and told me this one. The reason he says 200 and all these dumb callouts, even if he does no damage, is actually purely a mindset thing. It is funny, not gonna lie, that is one thing. But also, by saying those things, he's like telling himself he did damage. So in his head, he did that damage. In his head, he's 100, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying to scream like Asian Jeff or be nerdy, saying go 200. You don't need to do all of that. But my point is to just be confident. You don't have to be a good player to be confident. And the confidence can actually improve your strategy, because then you're no longer like, if you're doubting yourself, you're going to play worse. So even if you are bad, as long as you play confident and try your best, you will play better, you will improve over time. So honestly, just be confident in yourself, have a strategy figured out, and make sure to go for those in-game objectives and late-game kills, and play for the late game. But that's really all I picked up on, because it's not rocket science. It's kind of just like, take your notes and you will be fine. You will rank up. But that's all I have. So let me know down below in the comments what rank you guys are at, and if you enjoyed this video, if it helped you at all. But that being said, thank you for watching. I appreciate you if you made it this far, and I will see you all in the next video. Also, thanks Seiji for the background music. This shit is fire, man.